The things that a sex toy can do,
no human being
can do.
I go by the name of Clay. You can call me Kwame Mathianis Allowed, and I'm here with a beautiful,
the
beautiful
Dedali, you can call me the alpha. She's always late.
Chamano Day here.
Noboni Naughty, aka Naughty Diego, aka Fancy Kenke, aka Let.
Get it.
And make you a fire coin.
So we're going to be talking about this one day. Brace yourself. We're going to be talking about whether
Should I PG or not?
yeah, PG-16.
PG-16, really?
16,
Or
yes.
R18?
No, rated 16 because in Ghana right now 16 you can have sex.
Nkwalano.
So we're going to be talking about whether masturbation is good or bad, and then angle it into people comparing real like sex to sex toys, you know, and masturbation and all that. So I'll start with Clay.
Hey, you start with me.
Yes, sir.
Hey, you start.
Okay, let's go.
Why you fear?
Well, let's go.
Okay, so I mean, have you had sex before? No. What am I asking? Have you had sex with a toy? Like, you know, guys now
Have you had sex with a toy?
Yeah.
Wow.
Toby.
No, not like Chobi. Like, you know, right now men have
Well, me that one that I've never seen.
you remember? You see?
But you see, growing up,
Yeah.
when I sleep and I wake up, like when I was around 14, 15, or 16 thereabout, I realized sometimes when I sleep, wake up, my shorts inside wet and things. I didn't know what that was. But I can't realize, one time I go out, I think I've given this story once, where I went to a bar and there were a lot of ladies dancing, then I was meeting with the chair, I was smooching, all of a sudden I realized I hold the woman hard, pan. I hold them hard. Wait, I said, where they going? Where they going? Where they going? So all of a sudden,
What they go on?
So the woman said, watch me. So all of a sudden, I say, I left him. I said, left him where I say the feeling before I just lost. Then I realized, say, my shorts inside. Oh,
Damn.
I go bathroom inside where I go put my. So I just see the thing. I say, so this be the sperms.
Wait, that was your first cum?
That was the first time I experienced that thing, and I didn't know anything about masturbation, but we live in a compound house, and we have a very big bathroom which is outside. At Ewabonton, we all bath outside. It's not like today where our bathrooms are inside. And so most of the time in the mornings, because the elderly people want to go to work and stuff, the school kids, when the boys, we pack ourselves in one bathroom and like at a time and bath, and the girls too does the same. So one time we bath with one of my boys. He just carries soap in front of all of us. We started stroking manhood in front of us. What they do? All of a sudden,
It looks like you're in prison. It sounds like you're in prison.
all of a sudden, I see this guy in black loss.
Hey, okay, why?
I'm
Where
telling you.
you this thing? It's not fair.
I swear.
Where you they get?
I'm telling you, it's true story. The black for an eye lost. Where all of a sudden something come out for the thing inside. We ask some say what that? We say make a. Wait, tell me say if I like make a try. But you see, out of curiosity, when I rent my own place and I got my own place.
How old were you at that time when the boy did that?
That time I did like class I did like Form 1, JHS 1.
So say somewhere around
I got talk to her be like 14 or 15
Okay.
14.
when he did that. And he was like, I was in the same class with him, but he was in
Older.
another school, but he was older. Because he no Otse, the village near the Accra. So he was older. And out of curiosity, like years after I go rent my own place, I get my
What
own
age
place.
did you rent your place?
Yeah, I be street boy, so like 17.
And I just want to calculate
like
the years it
17
took you.
years there about where I
Yeah.
rent my own place.
Okay.
So as I rent my place, where one day I just did, where I say, this thing my guy do, make a try. Where me to I take soap. I try. I say, the feeling be nice. Right now, I do so now I can't do right now if soap no days I use margarine then.
Okay, you ain't lying. You ain't.
Margarine.
You for
they
sure.
did that.
Hey.
Okay, so then let me.
The sensation margarine they give.
Okay, let me ask you this. Brand deal, bro. Okay, so let me ask you this. When you're doing with soap on your own, right, and a woman does with soap for you, does it feel the same?
No, it doesn't feel the same because you see, if it's your own body, this is why I tell women all the time that, like, let me switch it to women, that women should know themselves. You see, when a woman plays with her clit, and maybe you the guy play with her boobs, she comes quicker than say you, because she knows herself. She knows where if she touches, it'll make her come
Okay.
quickly than say, so if me the guy, if me I dey stroke my body, I know how I go do one way because I know where the feelings they than say another person they do for me.
Nobody knows your body better than you.
Yes.
Sometimes, most times.
Yes.
Margarine.
For the margarine part, dear cheese.
Good, yeah.
So they bust my brain. Margarine.
You know, the thing is, I have been told about soap before, but really, when I was like a teenager growing up, it never worked for me. I won't lie and say that I didn't try it in the bathroom, but it didn't work. What worked for me was back in the day, there was this show on TV, Days of Our Lives. It's either Days of Our Lives or one other one. And there was this woman inside called Brooke Logan or something. She was the first woman that I ever had a crush on as a kid.
You were jerking off on your crush on TV.
My name, yeah.
I didn't say I jerked off on my crush. I'm telling you what worked. Wait!
What
Why
worked,
did
babe?
you jump into
That's
conclusion
what
like
worked.
that?
Malaria.
Dude.
Wait!
Continue.
Everybody, there are people who like see their celebrities now, and like those are the people that they, but she was the first woman that I ever had any form of real, like, damn, this woman is nice. And back then I didn't even understand what I was feeling, but I know one thing. I could control my watch. Oakley was talking about him going to bed and waking up with
And wet dreams.
wet dreams. I could control my wet dreams.
Okay.
So for the longest time before I went to sleep, I would think about her.
Okay.
And then in my dreams, we will be making out. The funny thing is, every time in my dream that I was close to actually like doing anything, like entering her or anything, that's when I wake up, and that's when I've already. So for the longest time, I did not, because I think also because I'm a very visual person.
Yeah.
I can't just stand there and try and imagine a situation for so long. My ADHD mind will not help, will not allow me. My mind will start thinking about something else before,
No.
like, or I will become aware of myself and be looking at myself like a third person, like, look
What
at
the
you
fuck are
standing
you
there, what are you doing? So for the longest time, I did not masturbate at all. But when I started, yeah, one day I'll share the story of where I first, but for now, maybe because I want to become a president or something, I can't say.
Delali. Let me talk, Kilo Day, why are you fucking me? What has your experience with masturbation been like? Hunty, look at me and answer. It is you that you say you take it morning, afternoon,
I
evening.
also have to say that
Yeah.
because of most of us, or I would say my Christian upbringing,
Yeah.
anything surrounding sex and masturbation and everything, I have to add that it came with ton of guilt.
Yes. Yes.
It came with a
most
lot
of the
of
time.
guilt.
Lot of
Most
guilt.
of the time,
With-
yeah.
The feeling came with a lot,
Lot
of
of
guilt,
guilt.
especially after you've ejaculated.
Yes,
And then
finished.
you're like, it came with a lot of guilt.
But I mean, it's a human thing. Yeah. So let's bring it back to sex toys. Now, some women recently have said that they enjoy toys more than real men. And then the men too are saying that what the toys are doing to the women is that it's opening them up to not being satisfied by what the men do. Okay, what would you have to say about that?
For me, I think there is no way a guy can satisfy a woman who really loves using toys. It comes back to a woman knowing themselves. Because if you use toys for a very long time, trust me, it will let you get to that pinnacle you've been waiting for, that feeling, because you know yourself, and the toy also help or it enhance whatever feeling you get, and it makes it easy. So as I said, because recently I was talking to no, I was watching a video on social media, and a comedian she said like a stud, and she strapped up to sleep with the wife, and she said it got to a point she felt like the wife really enjoyed the strap, and in her mind she feels like, so if like and when she goes back and forth, she gets tired.
Yeah.
You get me? She gets tired, and
it's not easy to be a man.
it's not easy. And she realized that, hey, Charlie, men really they
Put in
suffer
the work.
because
It's not easy. It's steady, rhythmic, ta. Don't joke.
because she realized that Charlie is a lot of work, and the lady really loves the sex toy, and she said no man can satisfy her because of the sex
The
toys.
toys.
The toys does the work for, and she said she's dated men and she's dated women as well, and she realized that the climax that she gets with the toys
It's better than the human.
she has no man
Wow.
has getting her to that place before. Yeah.
Would you be okay, right, if your wife says, babes, let's add toys to our sexual, life?
Oh wow. You see, my wife is a very private person, so right now I don't know how to discuss.
I'm sorry,
I don't know
wifey.
how-
I'm
I don't know how
sorry.
to
I'm
discuss
sorry.
This
But
part,
sometimes we
let
need
me
to,
just
from the
say-
married person's perspective.
Let me just say, from my perspective, I think that the fact that we call them sex toys doesn't take the fact that they're tools.
Yeah.
And tools are used to enhance work and make certain work that would have been probably more difficult or more tedious slightly easier, or even giving you a better experience of the work you're doing. So But like all tools, they can be used well or abused. And I think if you're someone who gets addicted to just using sex toys, then you have gone beyond the part of craving a human experience.
yeah.
Because a toy is a toy. No matter what you do, it's a toy. And it cannot it cannot replace what a human being is. It can only supplement. So if you go to the point where you're like so attached to it that you can't have a good experience with another human being, then it's not the problem of the toys. It's more becomes a problem of more you. What is going on with you
In the
like
head.
in the head, in yourself? Not that you're mad or anything. So that's what I think. But I think sex toys can be very, very helpful in relationships because sometimes it's nice for a man to actually use a sex toy on a woman. Here's me, I will say, sometimes I am mostly, it's quite, I'm not someone who goes often first round, second round, third round. I don't do that. I'd rather focus all my attention on giving you the best pleasure, and then I come.
Okay.
And then I'm done.
Done.
So sometimes it works, but sometimes it might not work. And even after you come, the woman might want more, and you might not be there to do that. So in that case, you could decide that, can I use a toy on you now? Or if you guys are very, very open to each other, your woman might be like, hey, baby, I think I want to
Go more.
Go more. Can I just use a toy on myself to go more? And when you're both confident in yourself in that way, and you both trust yourself, I don't think there's any shame. There's any shame.
I mean, for
in it.
some men, they say the toys are a competition. So
I don't know why you even feel that way. If it is
some men
going
feel
forward.
some men is an abomination as their woman to think of involving toys or stuff like that in their sexual life.
The things that a sex toy can do,
No
man's
human
penis
being.
can do.
Yeah.
And it's quite no. Here's the thing: if you give someone, if you have a job, if you have a pile of sand outside,
Yeah.
and I give you a shovel to just shovel the pile of sand, and then there's a tractor sitting next to you which can take the whole sand boom
once.
and put it at one place, will you say that, oh no, if I use the tractor, I'm less of a man?
No. I'll
You
use
won't
the
say,
tractor.
you won't, I want to be a
just
man.
made
I
a
must
job
shovel
easy.
it. I can't use a tractor. It's stupid. You want to enhance your work. And so if you see a sex toy more as an accomplice to your game, then it becomes like helpful to you, because now you can now take over and use it to do this and use it to do that, and actually use it to find out the erogenous parts of your
partner.
partner's body. And then you're having sex, and then you're having conversation, and is this nice? Is this, you see? And then some men feel shy of asking, am I doing it right? Or is this nice? Do you feel this? Because they feel like as a man, you're supposed to already know. But most men don't really know. And most women also don't really know sometimes, because we are all shrouded in a lot of...
Lolly, I'm proud this the way she seriously like, I don't know what is happening. What's happening? Are you enjoying the conversation, or is
Am I preaching here?
No, like you're making a lot of sense.
you know
I
the
making
whole?
sense?
You're making a lot of sense, but you know where she twitched? She twitched when you said, whilst we were having a conversation during sex. She doesn't understand why people have conversations during sex. Which, for that, I
You
see
should
is-
have a con-
you
you
should
should be able to
have a
do-
conversation,
You should be
baby.
able to talk to your woman.
For me, I will say.
Wait.
Okay. Speak your mind.
Ma?
Your brothers,
Yes.
the sons of Jezebels, they are not interested in asking if
You're enjoying it?
the enjoying part is automatic statement. Do you like it?
Mm.
The moment you say no, it will off.
Okay.
The mood that is
Energy will
happening.
change.
So because you don't want it to change, even if you don't like it,
You have to say that.
you would say, I like it, so that sometimes at the back of me in my head, finish and go, finish and go, finish and go. But I cannot tell you finish and go right now, because if I say it right now, it will be some way. I don't want to.
But I mean, when it's bad, the men know it's bad because your reaction, they don't know.
So, but you see, a man who doesn't know it's bad, and
Doesn't really
meet enough women or meet a woman who would actually tell him.
Yeah,
I feel
who
sorry.
boys are.
I feel sorry for that kind of man because if you have a bad game, especially if you're in a relationship with someone you have emotional feelings towards, and that person's sex game is not up to par with yours, if you keep on not saying anything, just in the fear that you would bruise their ego or something like, for me, the only thing when it comes to sex that is turns me off is when you actually say, no, I don't want to have it. Then no is a no. But if we're having sex and you're like, oh no, baby, this hurt, or this is like this. Oh, okay. How can I switch it? How do I change it?
How do I help?
And so I like. You see, I am not a person who comes from a dramatic, emotional kind of way to have sex. I come from being funny with you, and then we get into sex because playfulness is where I get like aroused first. So if I am not someone who will speak a poem to you, it's not my thing. Yeah. Even though I can write them and everything, but it's not my thing to try and woo you in a nice way or something. But if I'm playful, it will lead there. It will definitely lead there. And so I think for me, it's a way to make ground so that you can tell me if I'm doing something wrong without my ego being necessarily bruised by it. But in the end, 99% of boys or men learn how to have sex from watching porn.
Porn, yeah.
And porn is not sex.
Thank you,
It's
sir.
a scripted thing.
Thank you, sir.
It's not sex. There's so many different ways, and sometimes you can think that your sex game is on or something, but if you have a woman who is like bold and respects and loves you enough to tell you this thing is not working the way, sometimes I won't lie, it's the feeling feels some way like, oh, but then when you sit back and you think about it, and you actually, if you want to stay with somebody, you have to digest the thing and try and change so that the sex becomes better for the person you're having it with, and it becomes better for you too.
Okay, so now there's this thing where it's more or less like maybe the girl has more experience because of toys and stuff that she has used. And then unfortunately this man is not so much of a toy person and the game is not really, really good. But then blames the fact that because the girl has experience, that's why their sex life is terrible. Okay, what do you think about that? Can I go back?
Yeah.
Okay, so now there's a girl that has experience because she's used toys and, without you, she can come. But then, yeah.
This doesn't make me lazy in bed or anything.
Okay.
But I love it when a woman has experience and knows herself and knows her way about when it comes to how to come and all of that. It makes the job very, very easy for me.
Okay.
And it makes it even enjoyable.
So
and
that, yes.
Because for me, coming for me, it's not too much work for you, the lady.
Yeah.
It's not too much work. But you, the lady, we really need to do so much. So if you know your way around your place and say, oh, if I put this toy here, to me, I feel like it enhanced the whole thing. Like, I don't like that. Then
timid.
No, like maybe second round, third round. Yeah, sometimes second round. I do, but like third round, fourth round, fifth.
Is
no.
it that we are meeting different species of men out there, and
No,
these ones
no, no,
talking
no,
are
no,
different
no, no,
species?
no. It's see. I think
it's
there
growth,
is a
though,
lot of pressure and talk on media that makes it look as if like all men are 5 rounds for what?
Like, what do you need 5 rounds for?
5 rounds for what?
No, what do you even need 3 rounds for?
5 rounds for what?
In
What
a night.
are you doing? You don't have work.
Like,
5 rounds? Are you? 5 rounds for what?
Oh God! And in every round is about 45 freaking minutes.
Look,
What? Do you want to die?
sometimes see. For some people, maybe you just met and the emotions are high and everything. And yes, I understand all of that. Things happen like that. But even and if you're taking time to really have a whole night to yourself and really take care of yourself sexually, yes, maybe you can. But this thing that it has to be 5 rounds, it has to be 3, like it has to be something. It has to be fulfilling for both parties. And I think that men, insecure men over the ages, have tried to shame women who know themselves. And so if a woman knows herself, oh, she's sport, just because you don't know, you don't know what to do.
I think our generation, that mindset is just
And great. Look, here's
No,
something.
it's not necessarily dying, I feel like they, right now, in as much as they don't say plenty, if a woman really knows herself well, the next thing they start to say is that, or you hookup girl.
But I mean, really, if you are a woman, that's why I don't like these small girls
Or you
and
hookup
virgins
girl,
and all that. Because
or
if you don't know
your
yourself
body
and all
count
that, it
is
doesn't
20.
make the sex or the love making even fun.
Yeah.
Well, I think you should know yourself.
Look, sleeping with a lot of men is different from knowing how to have good sex. There are some men who have slept with thousands or hundreds, 50 women, and if you ask any of those women, the sex was shit. Yeah. You understand? There might be some girls who are also having multiple partners, but when it really comes down to it, the sex they are having with these partners, it's not any, because then you understand. Having sex with multiple people does not mean that you know how to have sex.
True.
Knowing how to have sex is actually knowing your body and knowing what you
Works
like
for you.
and getting beyond the point of guilt about your own sexuality. Like the thing that makes us give birth and populate the earth, for some reason, is the thing that for most part of a person's life they feel guilty about. And we are not educated properly in it. Look, all the people who stay virgins, especially in their church and everything, until before they get married and then they have sex, if you go and ask them, a lot of them will tell you that the guilt and the shame of sex doesn't go away just because they married. Because for the longest time in their head, sex has been linked to something evil, something bad.
It's a sin.
And then all of a sudden, that is why some people go for marriage counseling before sex, before marriage. Counseling before marriage is important.
To reset
If
their
you
brain.
if you meet proper people who will just not talk Bible with you and just quote scripture, you will meet people who actually speak like real to you, because
Who are like,
the real world is real.
They face reality.
Yes, and tell you the realities. One of my teachers once told me, you people, wait, like this sex thing that you're trying to have, one day they'll be chasing you with it and you'll not even have time.
Same here. My teacher told me the same
I
thing.
didn't believe it.
I was like, are you serious? Sex.
So
Sex.
are you saying that? So
And
I don't want
the
to really.
purpose of bosses,
I don't really want to go away from the topic we're having. But are you saying that when the men are young and dating their women, they're more into sex than after they're married?
Because you don't think about anything at that age.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I am saying that sex in itself when you're with somebody and you're having sex, or like you've been having sex with someone continuously for some time, it gets to a point, it becomes a conscious effort on your part when you're having sex to actually tune in yourself into the action and not just be a robot and do. Most men in their marriages have just become like robots and just pam 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 pam, and they finish and they go. With their women, because it's just like that. But it takes conscious thought to actually cue into the action and actually think of who you're having sex with and start really putting yourself inside. And sometimes when the relationship or whatever is just new and she's a girlfriend or something, you are not fighting that much. You're not having situations in the house. You're not seeing, there are little things. Once you start living with somebody, I'm sure that for me, maybe before I got married and lived with my wife, she might see me as the most attractive man, and I think she still sees me as the most. But nowadays, maybe with time, maybe I'm sitting in the hall, I flatulate, or you will do it.
Yeah.
You will do it. She's your wife. Like the person you're with will know you to the total. Or maybe you're not even she's not even watching you. You put your hand in your finger. You're doing like you're not seeing. See, let me say the real thing.
Yeah, it's
say
a real
it.
thing.
Yeah,
And
the
it's
fact that I'm
true.
doing my face like that doesn't mean she didn't say
it's
it.
true.
Or you're chewing your fingernails or something. There are little aches that sometimes over time sort of eats away at the initial romance and everything. So if you don't cue yourself in really to actually kindle something, that's why sometimes it's good to actually go out on a date with your wife again or something. Just so, and thank you. And these are also parts where sex toys come into it, because sex with one person doing the same position or doing the same thing all the time, I am sorry, it's boring. If no one says it, I will say it.
Boring.
So you have to put something. You have to. You over time you have to add. Over time you have to add something. And if you're a man and you're like, you can never bring a sex toy. You can never bring a sex toy into this house. You the same man. You're saying I can never go down on a woman. Jack. You the same man. You also tell a woman she can't bring a sex toy in the house.
And you are 5
the sex
minutes,
toy-
man.
it-
Hey,
it's
like
all-
2 minutes. 2 minutes.
It's all of these archaic mentality, these toxic masculinity thing that is worrying us and worrying our relationships.
Yeah.
And then it's making relationships not to really last. And then people are married and then they're having multiple partners outside, because look, as a man, I'll tell you, you can have sex with one woman right now, again and again and again, until your dick never stands up. Yeah, with this woman. The moment they provide you with a new woman, your dick will stand up. It is
Instant.
it is physiology.
I think
or
it's
whatever.
I think it's the eye. It's the eyes.
It is how our minds
Yeah.
have evolved. You know, these are things. The fact that you do not do that is where love comes in, and where discipline comes in as a self. That you do not do that. You understand? But as a person, like, these things happen. And some women too, they can get tired of their man.
Of course, it happens.
The same position all the time, the same thing. They could walk around in town and see another man who is actually like looks a certain way, damn, and think, damn, this man could. You understand? There are people who, on the end, over some time, develop some kind of work relationship with people at work. This man work husband or this man work wife.
Yeah.
Because then you get tired, like with things being the
same.
So when you're in a relationship and your relationship does not allow for innovation
Or exploring.
and allow for exploring, and to say that, oh, I think sex toys in a in any relationship, provided both of you have trust in each other, it's a wonderful thing.
Me, I think sex toys enhance the whole.
Yeah.
The
Okay,
whole,
so-
There are things
experience.
as a man too, you can use sex toys on yourself.
No. That
Yes.
one, dear.
There are some.
Why?
No, sex toy on yourself. How? Say
Ah,
them
there
go
are
put.
some.
Your
there are
woman
some
can use
toys.
a sex toy on you.
Yes.
Like where you
there's-
go put down for?
Oh, there's one. There's a butt plug. There's a.
Where you go put the sex toy for?
So there's
Just
a.
me, there's
So there's
as
a.
a man, no holy day your body will.
So some
sex
men
toys
like
for
to be
enter.
butt plugged. Some men like to be butt plugged, and
Back
then
plugged.
yes.
Which one? Which
That's
one?
it.
That?
is a plug they put in your asshole.
Look.
And then there's one that we were watching like.
You were who?
Okay, I was watching because we were talking. We were coming to talk about. we were coming to talk about sex toys. We were coming to talk about sex toys, and I was just, and then I realized that it's something that it goes round on around the dick. It's like a, hole. So
Look,
it goes
sex
around.
toys
it.
don't necessarily just have to be something that you put on your like you put inside you as a man.
Yeah.
But some people might like some measure of pain. Some people might like some measure of
BDS,
some
is it
BDSM.
BDSM,
Some people might
yeah.
like some sort of what do you call it, electrocution or
Yes.
something. There's
Yeah.
all of these things that over time, if you have a partner and you guys are comfortable with each other as much as I wish I was very comfortable for a lot of things, but my Ghanaian mind
It's not
has
allowing
been
you.
set. It's,
Me, dear, I can't do anything.
Some people are actually.
The sex toys should be with you. Like,
Woman,
let's
no.
They should leave you
let's
alone,
use
eh?
it.
Some
yeah,
people live
yeah.
in enact.
you have not have you
certain-
been whipped before?
Yes.
Don't bring anything. Let's use it for you.
Some people live in enact some scenes from some movies.
And
They wear
you
costumes.
can play
Yes.
roles.
Yes.
You can play roles and all
Costumes.
that.
Costumes.
Yes, sir.
It's
Okay.
it's
I mean, you can go. Then Wakiki. Oh, Ofrija I say maybe CSC. Oh, Mrs. Anna me could cry. Oh, you've never
Wapi
seen the
PJ.
Ghana-
I've seen.
Wakiki.
Wapi PJ.
Ah.
Okay.
Oh, me free. Ofrija. Okay, maybe CSC. Then the guy they fix the fridge. Oh, sister, I'm going to everybody. Oh, sorry, me ta won't go from. Oh, sorry. Hey, and then they go away no so. Oh, hey.
How old were you when that thing came out?
Hey, I'll be super young, guys. But we dey go cafe to see those things.
Okay. So in your, like, to the best of your knowledge, do you think that the time where you masturbated, it has helped you grow in your sexual journey, or is something that if you go back you won't do again?
I think when it comes to masturbation, for me personally, I wouldn't say that I won't do it again, but I would that the things, the mindset around it changed a little bit. Because you see, the thing was, I was a virgin until I was 24. And I think I was masturbating from the age of 20 to 24.
You did good.
But here's the thing.
No, I say he did good because he was able to maintain himself to masturbate 20 years in this Ghana right now. Hey.
No, you see, I wouldn't necessarily put it like, I had a certain pride in being a virgin, like, because at first I thought I was going to get married and marry a virgin and everything.
Aww.
And I had a sort of, which was quite stupid in the, like, now when I think about it. And childish. You know, here's the thing. Why I think it's childish. Because there are things about you personally that you need to work on. And if your virginity is the only virtue that you carry into a marriage or carry into a relationship, when it is taken away,
then what's your worth?
If that is all your identity, when it is taken away, now your virginity is gone, but your bad character is there, will start showing. Who are you now? You understand? So there are some people who are not there, like there are people who are having sex and who have more of a cleaner, calmer heart and a spirit towards the next person and don't wish bad for any. And there are people who are virgins and they have bad
Character.
like you don't know how to talk, but you're a virgin. Okay, fine. You take this, you don't know how to talk into the marriage.
Yeah.
But all this while you pride yourself on being a virgin.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that's what was beaten
becomes,
into us.
It becomes
so
the crown that you're carrying. Once the virginity is taken away from there, the fact that you don't know how to talk is
it's
there.
there.
And now what will you do?
Nothing.
You are no longer a virgin and you don't know how to talk. And then now you will lose, like you will be in a state of turmoil all the time because you've lost that identity. You
It's
will lose
gone.
it. It's not something that you can carry all your life. You will lose it at some point. So there are things about you that you need to fix, and I wish I could have focused on those things more. And I grew up being a kid who like lived in my head and could, you see, I grew up very much, I had friends, but I never felt really accepted in a lot of places. So I grew up more of a person who enjoys being lonely and being alone. And I think I did too well alone for myself, so that every time I meet someone, at the back of my mind, I'm like, I can do better. I can do
Without
for my,
the person.
Yes, and this affects every like a relationship with people, because you become too good at being alone.
Yeah.
And now when you're with somebody, you don't know how to solve a problem together with someone. And these are the things that I wish I had like known. I also wish most of my education. You see, there's a lot of things that I've had to re-educate myself about, but most of my education came from porn. And and most of my expectation of women came from porn. And so I wish it wasn't that way, so that that in a sense was taken away. You know, I wish I could have discovered what a woman was without having to know, having to watch it on
Professionals do it.
professionals, because not all women will do you like a professional, like what
Can catapult
it looks like.
do gogome and
you understand. And so for me, I wish there are things about it that I wish were different, but I would say that it's also a way of knowing yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. Same for you. If you take you back, would you still, do it, or you'd say that after you've gone?
If I were you, I would try and scrape out the memory of another kid standing in front of me with the black disappearing.
I mean, see, the fact, say I'll go, see, I'll a lot.
You change a lot of
No,
things.
I want to say, people are just hypocrites and people make it look like we're born some if you admit that. But a lot of us did it.
Yeah, of course, in our
it's-
own corners.
look,
I mean,
The
at the
way-
point to me, I
the
would
way
say that I
some-
even abused it.
Okay, you became
Because
addicted.
sometimes if the margarine no day and the lotion no days.
That's where.
Margarine.
See, if the margarine no day, where the lotion no day, where sometimes some not finish. Sometimes I feel they use fried or
Borges olive oil. Shout out, I'm calling out name. I'm calling out name.
fried tofu. Fried tofu.
So at what point did you feel like if I do not stop masturbating, it is going to affect me?
Or
bad?
as I started like getting pee, but sleeping with a woman and all of that, I think it reduced because my first girlfriend that I had, who were like vampires, we stayed indoors because when there's no real secondary school, so she had nothing doing, and we would stay inside for days, and
Just
all we are doing
humping
is
on each other.
So even what's the name? Masturbation will not come to
Into
your
your
head
head.
because this person is
The
there.
thing is there.
Anytime you want to do it, you just climb up on this
Okay.
person. So I had when it slowed down, cry as I started dating people. So yeah.
Also, I think that the one thing about masturbation that becomes a problem is that masturbation is not, well, masturbating and watching porn is not sex. Having sex with just yourself is not sex. And you at some point you need to acknowledge that, because it makes you selfish. Something that you can do for yourself and just finish the job. Pa, 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 pa. Now somebody else is involved. A whole human being is involved. There's things that you have to do. There's things that they have to do. They want to do things to you. You have to do things to them. There's this. And when you become too much of someone who just sees sex as a way of relieving a feeling away.
But one
from
thing you
there,
should know too is that when you masturbate and now you have sex with somebody, like the feeling to go back to masturbate becomes less. At least for me.
if you're having sex with somebody most of the time, of course, like you've been drained of whatever the feeling to have sex. So yes, sometimes it comes down, but sometimes too there are some people who even after sex, or even though they have a sexual partner, also still go back to masturbation more sometimes, and it could be an issue. I'm not saying it is an issue, but it could be an issue for the relationship. You understand? Or when you find yourself that you're masturbating more than actually having sex with your partner.
Okay, Delali, finally, you've not really said much. So, do you have anything to say generally about the topic today?
I honestly do not have experience with masturbation.
Okay.
So that's why I'm not talking.
You don't have any experience when it comes
Like,
to...
I can't pinpoint a time I started, a time I stopped, what I experienced, what I didn't experience. That's why I'm not talking.
Okay. All right. So what I will finally say is that to some women, all right, if you have a problem with sex, don't try masturbating. When I say if you have a problem with sex, I mean you have some form of psychological problems when it comes to having sex. You have some form of physical problems when it comes to having sex. Don't masturbate. Because the second you masturbate and you know that now I can satisfy myself without allowing a man touch me, you won't allow men to come close to you. That's what I can tell you. All right? Okay. Yeah, basically that's it. Yeah. So thank you for watching this particular episode. We'll come again with another one, but do not forget to subscribe, do not forget to like, and do not forget to share. Now we have someone behind the camera, and then we want you to also go subscribe to his YouTube channel, because he has an amazing channel that also does good content, and the name is GSI Look. Right? Loop or Look. Yes, JSI Loop. So please go subscribe to his channel. Subscribe to Oakley's channel, because he has an album coming out. Yeah.
Lost files.
Lost files.
Those files, the way they've been lost.
Hey, we've been looking for the files from 1990.
With the beat producers for arms.
Yes.
Swear.
So please.
All right, Charlie, guys, follow us on all socials. Mind Expression
yes,
_pod.
please. And so we'll see you in the next video. Yeah. Bye.